Hi friends, thank you for your continuing support, suggestions and response to my videos. Thank you for encouraging me. I know that I had a lot of questions to you in the previous video regarding passion. So I have come down on questions, but definitely I have one question for you today. Who are you? Now this is such a simple question for which we can answer very simply. Most of you have different answers based upon different situations. For example, if somebody asks me, who are you? I will respond in different way. I will say, sometimes I would say, I am Suji, or I am a trainer, I am an Indian, I am an engineer. So it varies and easy to answer these questions. Now whatever answer we give to this question, technically what we do is, we connect ourselves with our shared surroundings. But now in the particular question, I am going to introduce a new situation to the question. Now it's not you asking somebody, who are you? Now you are asking to yourself, who are you? How it is? Is it easy to answer this question now? Probably not, right? Why it is not easy to answer the question? When you are asking somebody else who you are or who are you, if somebody asks you, who are you? You can connect yourself with your shared surroundings and give an answer. You may connect yourself with your location, your family, your education, your profession, your religion, your beliefs. That's all. But if you ask the same question to yourself, how you are going to answer this question? Now you have to connect. Again, you have to connect yourself, but not with the shared surroundings. You have to connect yourself with yourself, inner self. Now, what is inner self? So friends, today's point of discussion is personality. Personality is inner self. Now, why personality is very important in workplace management or safety management? Because as good as any other profession which deals with people interface or interaction with people, safety profession is also majority of the time interact with people. There is an interface of different types of people at different levels. Most of the time we will be dealing with these people. So when we communicate, when we interact, when we involve with these people, our involvement, communication, interaction will point towards a particular outcome. We need an outcome. We need people to behave safely, work safely, stay safely. But unfortunately, most of the time, the result is not optimally achieved. The main reason behind is that when you communicate, when you interact with people, if you don't understand their intentions, if you don't understand their personality or their psychological aspects of that person, most of the time we will be delivering a wrong message or we will be communicating incorrectly with that person. So how we can make or correct ourselves and how we can achieve those professional goals or organizational goals which can be achieved through the behavior of people. Simple. Understand the inner self. Understand the personality. Globally, many of the psychologists conducted researches on the human psychology, and there are a lot of findings available in different sources. Somewhere it says that there are more than 6,000 types of personality patterns. Some cases it says that there are 16 types of personalities. In some cases it says that there are certain human traits which influence human personality. In today's session, what I am going to discuss with you all is about the Big Five theory. Every human being is distinct in nature. They are unique, not only by their physical features, but by their characters or their personality. Physical features we can easily understand, we can differentiate, we can distinguish by just seeing them physically. But distinguishing with personality is a bit difficult task. Most of the time we need to refer certain sources to understand how diversified is human behavior, human psychology is. And it's not a one-day subject. When I am talking to you at this time also, the researches are going on in different parts of the world on human psychology, human behavior, and this is an endless learning or research. So before going to the Big Five theory, I would like to tell you that there is another relevant theory of personality which is developed by two American psychologists, Katharine Briggs and Isabel. As per Briggs and Mayer's theory, they say there are 8 types of traits which compose personality. So they have made around 16 types of personalities based upon the combination of these traits in different ratios and different measurements and different concentrations. But today, understanding human behavior is just like searching for something in an ocean, because it's so distinctive, so wide, so deep. It's not an easy task. Okay, when I said ocean, there's an ocean model of human traits. Ocean, OCEAN. This model is developed by an American psychologist, Louis Goldberg. Louis Goldberg's ocean theory says that there are 5 major traits which influence personality. Now, if you put these 5 pillars, it is going to make a structure of personality. Just like you have 5 different type of chemicals and you want to make a combination of these chemicals by mixing them together. Based upon the ratio, concentration and the time of mixing, you will get different types of products with different characteristics. If you have 5 pillars that structure personality, based upon the dimensions, size, shape of these pillars, the structure will also be different from one another. Now let us go into the ocean model of personality. The ocean word is having 5 alphabets, OCEAN. Each alphabet denotes a particular human trait. Just like, for example, O stands for openness to experiments. C stands for conscientiousness. E stands for extroversion. A stands for agreeableness. N stands for neuroticism. Let us take each traits and let us have a discussion on this. The first one, openness to experiment. Now, when you take a particular trait, we have to have different measurements for this, right? For example, you may have a good level of good ratio of openness in your character. So you are high in openness. If you are low level of openness in your character, you are low in openness. So let us have this range of degrees, a range of measures for each type of traits. If you have high value of openness to experiment in your personality, that means you are open, very open to ideas. You are very innovative. You promote new experiments, new innovations. If you have low ranking in openness, that means most of the time you don't want to do experiment. You want to promote experiment, new experiments. You don't want to try anything new. You want to follow the normalcy. You don't want to go out of think out of the books. You want to follow the comfort zone activities. You want to maintain that particular rhythm of life. You don't want to take any risk in your life. So, 2 extremes. One is high in openness. Second one is low in openness. Let us go to the next trait, that is C, consciousness. Now, consciousness is a characteristic where you may have high level as well as low level. If you have high level of consciousness, that means you are highly planned, highly disciplined, you are very punctual. You will follow the regulation rules, everything. You will not take any action without thinking twice. Before taking any action, you will put it for a thought process. You will consult with many people. Finally, you will decide based upon the assessment and analysis. You will decide the course of action. But if you have a low level of consciousness, probably you may not be thinking about technical aspects, or you may not be taking any analysis result, or you may not be thinking about the further consequences or impact of your actions. If you have a low level of consciousness, you will not be someone who will put everything under the scanner of a thought process or assessment or analysis. The third trait in this series is extroversion. Extroversion is related to the ability to go out and interact with people. Some people are high in extroversion, some are very low in extroversion. So those who are low in extroversion, we call them as introverts. So extroversion and introversion, 2 extreme ends. So extroverts will go out, seek company of other people. They don't want to stay isolated, or they don't want to stay alone somewhere. They want to be in the company of people. They want to work in groups. They want to contribute and get contributed. They are going and getting people. Whereas if you are low in extroversion or if you are introvert, they are like living in isolation, working in isolation. They will give more production when they are isolated, when they are working alone or with very less number of people. So the fourth trait is agreeableness. How far you agree with others' concerns, others' input. If you are high in agreeableness, that means you will take others' decisions, others' comments on face value. You will think about others' issues. You can understand others' problems easily. If you are less in agreeableness, most of the time they will be argumentative, they will be debating, they will not accept things very easily, they may not be taking consideration of others' inputs. Two extreme characteristics. Mostly these people, those who are low on agreeableness, may perform well when they are in a crowd, when they are facing people. The last one in the list is neuroticism. Neuroticism is ability or disability to deal with difficult situations. Some people are very capable to deal with difficult situations. They will stand straight in any difficult situation. Some people will give up very early. So the people, those who have high level of neuroticism, unlike other listed traits, if you have high level of neuroticism, you will have a lot of stress. You will be more anxious. You will be more panic in every difficult situation. Whereas if you have low level of neuroticism, then you are highly confident. You will not get panic or stressed out in any difficult situation. You will not bend to the influence of situations. Especially your performance will be more better in stressful situations. So these are the types of personality traits. So don't say that if somebody is low in openness or low in extroversion, they are wrong people. No. We require both type of people. Based upon the situation, different jobs require different types of personality traits. There are limitations for both higher level as well as lower level. A job which requires critical decision, you cannot be low on neuroticism. You have to think about that. You have to be very strong, but at the same time you should also think about the reciprocations or the consequence in that decision. So the thing is that personality is something which makes you distinctive from others, and how it is going to help us in delivering our responsibilities as safety professionals is that when we interact with people, try to identify their personality, try to decode their personality. Every people won't respond to a shouting. Every people won't respond to a request. So it's very important for a safety professional to at least understand the fundamentals of personality, how it develops. We can promise somebody to change their personality. We can promise that I can change your personality. But I would say you may change their attitudes, but not personality. You can change people's attitude. What is attitude? Attitude is your response to certain people, certain conditions, certain situations, or certain objects. Mostly we cannot make changes to the personality because it is innate, inbuilt. What we can do is that we can evaluate the personality of a person and we can assign tasks which suits his personality. Here I would say we need to select the passion and the profession which suits our personality. That is why in interviews and we have a separate division for analyzing personality. Identity and personalities are different basically. Even though you can identify yourself with your name or your education, you cannot show your personality with your education or your name. So just like colors of a rainbow, it's an arrangement of colors. Just like personality, a person has got different traits. It's an arrangement of traits which cannot be sometimes reordered or corrected. But we can obviously work on to changing behavior patterns and changing characteristics. But that residual things will be there. So understand it, work towards it. I wish you all a better personal involvement and interface in your workplaces. I hope this session was interesting. And as you do with every video, please like it and subscribe it. Stay tuned, friends. I'll be back with my next video, qualification, on 16th April 2020. Till the time, with all your prayers and permission, this is Suji signing off.